Hi everyone, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I'm back. We are going to do another one-page wonder using 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. So a while back I said, oh, I think we're on number 50. We were not on number 50. Oh gosh, what happened to my bow here? We're on number 49 now. At that point, I don't know what number we were on, 40, 45. So we're at 49. I'm really going to have to think about number 50. But for 49, I love this one. It was inspired by Septeria. So I will link the original video for you because I did change it up a little bit and she had hers was really cute. So this is what it does. It opens up like this. And I have a pocket here and a pocket here. And then this flap closes and it opens this way. And I've added a pocket using a tag. I made these using those stamps my daughter gave me. And then I haven't finished the whole alphabet, but I thought these are going to be great because I'm using pieces along with my scrapbook paper from Kits by Sylvia at Las Mimes Amores. So anyway, I used that and I made a pocket. I've got this little flip page here. There's a little tuck spot here and a really nice, large, roomy pocket back here. It was made with the paper. And then it closes and then this flips up. Isn't that awesome? And of course, there are so many opportunities. I made a side load pocket here to add more pockets, journaling spaces, you know, lots you could do with this. And like I said, I changed it just a touch and hers had this really cute flippy double page, and this is optional, but I want you to, you know, if you're interested, go see that. I put just what the cards from Sylvia's new recipe journal collection. So anyway, this is what we're going to make. Now, to make the one we're going to make today, I'm going to use a completely different piece of scrapbook paper. I'm just using up pieces that I have left over. This is really old. This is some of that Stampin' Up! Paper that I used recently on a one-page wonder. This is from a Graphics 45 collection. So I'm just kind of going through my 12 by 12 paper and trying to use it up. Use whatever you have on hand, and then to decorate yours with it, whatever you would like. I will link Sylvia's shop because I'm using bits and pieces. This is from her I think Love for Mom. I'm using some from the Spring Easter kit because these are just ones I already had printed and just around. And then she does have a new recipe junk journal kind of kit, and I'm using a few pieces from that. So, you know, use what you have on hand, but that's what I'm going to use. Okay, let's get out the scoreboard. This one is not hard, but again, I think it looks super impressive, and we'll have to see how it works with this green. I'll probably do quite a bit of layering on the green is my guess. Okay, we are going to score on one side. It's a 12 by 12 paper, but at 4 and at 8, and then we're going to turn it and we are going to score at 6. And that's the scoring. Okay, and my version too, I was going to say too, is I did change these initial pockets in that page, but anyway, it's a great tutorial. So, okay, and it's from a couple years ago. I just hadn't made it. It feels like I've made almost all the one-page wonders, or I have to try to come up with new ones. The last one I did was a new one that I came up with, but you know, it's sometimes hard, and it's fun to find inspiration from other creators too. Okay, fold your paper on all those score lines nice and neat as always, and we're gonna then do a little bit of cutting, but not a lot. Okay, but you will need your scissors. All right, to make this easier for everybody to see, let me go ahead and add some ink to the score lines for you. One of the reasons too, I was like, I've got to, when I make the video, do a lighter cardstock is with that dark and crazy pattern. The other one, it's a floral. It's beautiful. it was really hard to see, even with, you know, with inking. And I thought, okay, I can't do that to you guys or to myself. My poor eyes. Okay, so your paper is going to look something like this. And we are going to cut on where we scored at 6 inches. We're going to cut right along this score line and right along this one. We are then going to do a little bit of trimming a little bit later, but I wait to do that because it'll make sense. It'll make sense later. So just cut as close as you can to the middle of those score lines. Okay, right up to the one that was at 4 and at 8. Okay, now you decide which piece you want to be the front of your journal. And I'm going to have the blue side be the front of my journal. So you want it facing up. And you're just going to fold it over left to right. And this seems like it's going to get confusing, but it's not bad. All right, just remember you're going to fold up and then down, and I'll show you what we're going to do to make all of our little pockets and things in just a second. And then open it up and then fold up, and then you're going to fold it back just like that. See how easy? Do you guys want me to do it again? I know you can't answer me, but in the spirit of we are all adult learners, we're going to just do it one more time, just to make sure. Okay, so start with your 12 by 12 paper and your cuts, and you're going to fold left to right, and then you're going to fold up and down. You're going to open, and you're going to fold up and then back, and then close your little folio. Here we go. It's so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the pockets the way that I did. So you open it up, and we're going to make that little side load pocket and top load pocket. So I am going to get out my pencil and my ruler. It's not a lot of measuring, but I want to mostly make sure my line is straight. So I want the side pocket to be 2 inches, and I'm using the grid right there to show me 2 inches. You can mark it 2 inches from the left like this if you want to. This is the side that's going to be in that you're not going to see to, so it's okay to mark it with a pencil or a pen or whatever. You can do two like that, right? And then line it up. We're going to go just again to the score line, and that's supposedly straight. It's not straight with the polka dots, so it looks kind of funky. Wonder if I wasn't careful. Let's straighten it up a little bit. There we go. Now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut and open it up a little bit, just because you don't want to accidentally cut that back flap. Cut right along the line you drew. And then we're going to just cut out a little section. If you want to draw another line, you can. I'm talking not even 1/8 of an inch. This is like more like a sliver, and that'll make sense in just a second. I used my polka dots to help me. All right, see how skinny, what I'm talking about? Super skinny. Okay, and snip that off. Okay, we don't need that. All right, now I am going to make sure I fold everything back correctly, and I have it upside down. There we go. Up, down, up, and back. Okay, now you open it up. This is going to be a side load pocket, and this is going to be a top load pocket, and that little gap is so that everything, I just think it makes it easier than having those two pieces but right up next to each other. So I'm going to use my 1 3/4 inch punch. I'm not going to go too deep, and you can use whatever punch you want to make a thumb notch. If you don't want a thumb notch, you can skip it. So that way we know we've got pockets. Let's get our ink back out, and I'm using my walnut stain distress ink. And I'm just going to ink just a little on these pockets before I glue them down, and it is very hard to ink once you glue it down, unless it's the edge part, right? This part's not hard to ink. There we go. Super easy. Let's get out our glue. And I'm going to add glue along this edge and along this edge so that the pocket closes up. Okay. And I don't think I mentioned, but as always, I will put the measurements and the scoring in the description of the video for you guys, if that's helpful for you. There we go. Now this one, we're going to add glue to these two sides and close it up. This says, I just looked, 2007 Stampin' Up. It's really, like I said, I've had it for a long time. Yep, it's been around in my stash for a while. It's time it got to have new life. I love it. Okay, it's probably why I still have it, is it was a favorite. Okay, so that's our cover. And again, we can use other papers and pieces to add as many pockets, journaling spots, whatever you like. It's just a very versatile project. Okay, now this pocket I made the same way as the original video. You have this flap here, and we're just going to turn the right hand corner down and leave about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to line mine up with my polka dots, and this is what makes that nice roomy pocket. Okay. Now the other thing we're going to do, don't glue anything yet, because if you want to add your flippy page, you've got to do that, so don't glue this one. I am going to, again, cut a little section out. And this one's a little bit wider than the last sliver that I did, because I am going to add my flippy page. And this just gives us plenty of room right there in the spine. Okay, so again, no gluing yet. I'm going to ink around here. The other paper, like I said, was so dark, you didn't really see any of the inking. So I didn't ink much. Whoa. This paper is so pretty. Okay. There we go. Now, get this out of the way. To make the flippy page, you need a piece of paper, cardstock, scrap, or if you want to use it, in a coordinating color, you can. I'm just going to use white, that is 1 inch wide. Now, I am going to use, just like I did on the other one, 2 little pieces from one of Sylvia's kits. This is from that recipe book. And I want it to be the same height as my pieces. You can have something basically as tall as just a smidge less than 4 inches, because this is 4 inches. And I'm going to have this little flippy page, and mine is 3 inches by 2 1/4. But again, whatever you want your flippy page to be, if you wanted something that was, like I said, 4 inches, and it could be longer. The original video did one that was like 2 little, it was, they were each about 2 inches tall, little flippy pages. Anyway, super, super cute. I'm just doing mine because I wanted to use these pieces. Okay, so I want it to be the same height. I'm just going to hold it like this and trim it off, because that's easy. And it's 1 inch wide. And then fold it in half, just like that. And then I'm going to miter the whole thing. So basically make a point on both ends. And that way we're not going to see much of this at all. Okay. One section is going to get glued in here. And then I am going to glue these cards to either side. It's going to sandwich in there. Now you could do a double-sided piece of paper, you know, and just do that and make a little pocket, and, you know, again, if you use paper that coordinates, it doesn't matter if you even see that hinge a little bit, you know, again, all those things are up to you. Okay, so first I'm going to attach my paper. I hope this is making sense. So this is the part that's going to be glued into the folio. I am going to add glue to one piece, or one side, just like that. And I am going to lay my card down so that it is glued on there. And I know it's white on white, it's a little hard to see. Here, this will help. Get that inked for you. Okay, so I just glued right along one portion, and now we're going to glue, this is the part that goes in the folio, so don't glue that part. We're going to basically glue the other piece of cardstock to this one. Like I said, this would also be cute since I made it a little smaller. We could have made it a little top load tuck spot. Again, my mind, I can always think of new things that we could do. Oh, they're not exactly the same size. And that's okay because I'm going to just trim it off. I didn't realize that. The height was almost perfect. Of course, I cut those out, and so it could have also just been me. There we go. Cuteness. All right, now she's going to be the little flippy page. So I get her where I want her, and I'm going to make sure she's still where I want her since I let it go. And we're going to add glue just to this flap to begin with. Just like that. And now I'm going to add a bead of glue right along here and right along here to make this big pocket. I like this one. It has different angles and it's a little bit different orientation. Okay. There we go. Now this, we're leaving open to have a little tuck spot here. So just add your glue right along this edge to the fold mark. And that's going to be your glue. And now you have a tuck spot here. And some little baby chicks. Okay. So then you close it up, turn it over, and now again we can decorate, we can add journaling space, more pockets, whatever we want. So now we're just at that fun part. Oh gosh, did I not add my glue? Doesn't look like I did. All right, if I didn't say that, you needed glue at the top and the bottom of this pocket. And everything is fixable. If you find that has happened to you. You know what I bet? I bet you I told you put glue here and here. And you don't even need the glue along this edge. You just need it at the top and the bottom. And then these two edges. Always find things to improve on, right? Okay, so this one, the front, I used one of those journaling cards that I just made from a bunch of my different scraps and things, and I don't know if I have one that I want to use for the front. That's not the right orientation. And he's a little big, plus I don't really want a Cupid today. So I'm probably going to pick something different out from these bits and pieces, and we'll make a little something for the front of ours. I didn't plan that, but these are some really pretty papers. Why don't I'm going to use my ruler and do a ruler tear, because I like how the torn edges, you know, really pick up the ink. And I'm going to go to about right here. And this is from, I believe, the Love of Mom kit. Or Love Mom, Mom, Love, blah. Anyway, it's her new kit that came out a month or so ago for Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is celebrated at different times of the year in different parts of the world. In the United States, it's always in May. So these will be great as we head into that season if you make Mother's Day items. I don't make really those anymore unless, you know, it's for someone as a request or something because my mother passed away so long ago. Sometimes I'll make something for my aunts, you know, to celebrate them and what they've meant in my life, but not like I used to when my mom was living. So, all right, let's see what we can find. I love that bird. I used it, I think, on the back of this one. I just love that. And I'm wondering, I wonder how this looks against, yeah, it looks pretty against the green too. So I may use this paper for multiple layers as we go. So I'm just going to glue this one down and try to come up with just a super quick and easy collage for the front of my cover. I do have some of these medallions that I made, kind of like that. My grandmother's name was Opal, so we could go with the O. I have a grandmother also named Sarah Jo. I love all the old-fashioned names. Aren't they pretty and fun? Oh, I also have these. Yeah, love. Okay, that's going to be that. We could add more, but for now, we're going to put these down, and I may come back later and do something else or may not, but I think that'll be, just make it look special. And I think I'm not going to, I think I'm just going to glue down a portion. It won't go anywhere, but just so it kind of looks like, I don't know, just because I want to. Now these I made pretty thick, so it's not just, you know, a piece of paper. They're the, you know, kind of the medallions that have multiple layers of the cardstock. So it gives it a little bit of dimension. Okay, maybe a bow, a ribbon, something like that later. All right, again, I like the idea of layering to cover up some of the bright green, even though I like it. Let's tear again, approximately right here. And again, these are 4x6 sections. So if you want to do what I'm doing, these I'm sure measure approximately 5 3/4, is that's 5.5, you know, by 3.5. So there, I left a little bit more around the edges. But you know, again, whatever paper you're using, you may not even, you know, want to add a layer like this. You may want to just add some cute pockets and see the pattern of your paper. That's one of the nice things about using, you know, a double-sided scrapbook paper. I think this one would work just fine if you wanted to use a single-sided, and then again, have the white, and you could just add pockets, or you could then layer papers, right? So it might be a great project to use up some of that single-sided scrapbook paper that a lot of us have. So something to think about. All right, now I did add our tuck in. Let's see if this fits. Nope, too big. I would say I tucked in one that I had, and because it overlapped so nicely, I didn't worry about decorating this pocket here, but you certainly could. Again, you could add tuck spots, you know, whatever you want. I'm thinking, I wonder if that's going to fit in there. Oh, that's cute. It's just a smidge too tall with where my glue is. I'm going to stop worrying about those. And we're just going to have fun making our own things. Now, I printed these. Aren't they cute? This is for that recipe junk journal at a 5x7 size because I thought, and I'm correct, that they are going to look cute in this size folio. So we're going to put her there. And I do want a little something. I'm digging through my scraps here. I think I'm going to like this faux stitching. We're just going to tear a piece to add a little extra to our pocket here. Just make it look like something else is going on. All right. And a little ink. And I haven't done anything to that, and I might, but I think for now it's cute just in there. There we go. Could add some little chicks, but I'll save that. I may use it in another one. Oh, and I was going to show you, she has a quiche Lorraine recipe. I think it's the only recipe that was in there. And you can print it in French, or you can print it in English. And I think I printed it in both. So yeah, I like seeing the French, but obviously if I want to make quiche Lorraine, I need the English, because even though I took a lot of French, I do not recall enough to read a recipe in French. Ooh, that's a pretty paper too. We'll keep that one out to do some layering. All right, I need something to go in this pocket, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, so that's our flip up. Okay, so here, this is where, again, these larger cards are going to look fabulous, right? Right in there, and it's so roomy. You could put a whole stack of them. Let's see. In this little pocket right here, there's also like a little mini, like a little mini recipe book. And if you fold these in half, that cute little spine kind of just goes to one side. But the intent, I believe, was to make a little spine, right, and have this cute little book. I haven't made that, even though I think that was Sylvia's intention, which I like. But I wanted to use these. Like, look at that little coffee percolator. So cute. Just to have them in there. I kind of want to see it. Do I care if it's upside down? Oh, it's sideways. It's okay. And little teacups. So cute. All right, oh, is that where my chicks are going to go? I bet it is. Right there. Some little chicks. All right, I'm going to use something, haven't decided what yet, to make a pocket. Because I liked having that additional pocket. And again, if you want journaling space, put some neutral paper down. All right, maybe, I just think this looks so pretty with this paper. Maybe we'll just do an angled pocket. Yeah, let's just do a triangle. Why not, right? All right, I'm just going to eyeball it. Yeah, and it's a little big, and that's okay, because then I will just take it, and I don't even know if I trimmed enough off. We'll go a little deeper with our trim. There we go. Cuteness. Cuteness, cuteness, and it's got a little butterfly. Okay, and then I get to see this paper a little more too by not layering completely on top of it, which I like. And it kind of brings in the same color palette as the little chicks. And again, if you want to add ribbons, bows, have at it. I'm just kind of playing right now. And I think I'm going to put, it's a little different little girl. I'm just going to fold it. We'll just put that in there. They look like sisters. And then maybe if I can get my fingers on something, maybe put another one of these medallions, the little window, and it looks like he's reading a book. I like that. Okay. And again, more decorations would be nice, but I'm just going to kind of muscle on through. Let's put another one of these. I think it'll fit in that little spot we made. Yep. Makes it a little more interesting. Okay. Now, let's go to the back. Right now, I'm going to leave that. I am enjoying seeing the paper, and it's just the back of our folio. But when I open this one, I think I do want to layer it. So let's let's keep going with just being careful and tearing it. And again, this is the perfect opportunity if you want to. I want to have that rose, so I'm going to tear it this way. I'm just going to turn it upside down though, just for a sec, so that I can tear well. This would be a great place, again, for a journaling spot, something like that if you wanted to. All right. Let me get this one done. So fun, so fun, so fun. All right. And again, I haven't done a lot of heavy inking. I don't really think I need to, but you can go back around depending on, you know, the papers you chose and ink some if you want. So I hope you guys will give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know if you plan to make this delightful one-page wonder. All right, I'm going to glue this one down. This one I'm going to turn into that side load pocket. And we may decorate this one a little more. We'll see. I have not been keeping it on the time, and I don't have a good sense. Like, have I been crafting for 30 minutes? Have I been crafting for an hour? Sometimes it's hard to tell. I didn't do this on my other one, and I kind of wished I had, so I'm going to put a notch so that we know this is a pocket. All right, so leaving it open where the notch is. I'm going to hold it by that side and then do glue on 3 sides. And I will say I brought the glue in here just so that things could be a little bit shorter. You could come in more, but I don't know. I just did a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Cuteness. Where did that bird go? Remember I said, I remember that there was a bird. I don't think I want to use him. Ooh, will this fit in there? Almost. It's just a little too big. No, it's not. It's just if I would let that glue dry, I bet it'll slide in there. So let's just wait a momento. All right, I'm going to, again, this is in French, not quite sure what it says, but knowing Sylvia, it probably says something really nice. And I'm going to glue it down. And Sylvia, if you watched the video or stayed with us this long, you can leave us a comment and tell us what that says. Okay, but if not, that's okay. It's not a big deal. We can enjoy it, or I could use Google Translate, couldn't I? And figure it out. Oh, I have these. I have these sweet babies. Oh, I have these sweet babies. Look at that. How about, I'm not feeling like I have to cut these out as tags. And I've been using circle. I've been using the circles. Look at those babies. We're going to punch them out. And I'm going to go like this. Cover up some of those words that I don't know what they say. Not because I don't know, but just because I think that's where it's going to look right. We'll see. Yeah. I'm going to put it right there. Bring the circle theme. I had a circle on the front, a circle on one of the other layers. Now we have a circle here. Cute. All right. And then I just threw that oval. Let's see, now that that's had another moment to dry. That's just going to be a pain. So we're not going to worry about it. We will, let's see how one of these, will one of these fit? I may have just been sloppy with my glue. I'm going to fix it. I'm just going to trim it just a sliver. Yeah, I think I must have been sloppy with my glue. Now, sometimes you can fix that. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix it with the ruler. Now, we see I brought the glue up to here, so we're not going to be able to have anything super duper duper tall. Okay, let's see if that helped. You gotta be careful when you're doing that. You can always glue it back down. But yeah, look, I think that helped. Definitely. All right, I'm just gonna leave it in there for now. This definitely is calling for something. I think that's too much green, even though I love it. Okay, maybe some more little babies. This one, how about we cut this one out in the tag shape and glue it down. I could also add a little pocket here. Maybe we'll add the pocket. And again, if you have the extra papers, then it's not hard to, you know, keep going with the one-page wonders. You know, you get your base folio and then, you know, just have fun. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. A little torn pocket. So I'm going to just add the glue on the 3 sides. It's more like a little tiny duck spot. And I'm not going to worry about putting a ribbon or anything on it right now, but there we go. And it just fits. I should have brought it down just a touch, but it fits. It's fine. And this is almost looking like it needs to just become like a little bit scrappy. And we're going to go back to the front and make sure if there's anything else I want to do there real quick, and then we will call it finished. I'm going to just make it a little scrappy there. Okay. I like how that turned out. All right. Front. I'm just thinking, I don't know what I have in my, I think this was that ribbon I used the other day when I was working with some of Sylvia's papers. And it's not ribbon. It was from the fabric I had for my daughter's birthday party. So it goes well, the pink. I could have grabbed some seam binding, but I don't want y'all to get, you know, think that I don't have any other ideas, but I just love using the seam binding. It's so pretty, but this is going to look fabulous too. Yeah, I think I like it up top. All right, and I'm just gonna, my hot glue gun isn't heated up, so we're just gonna use a glue dot. And these work well, you know, and they're fast. If you're worried about it really, you know, not going anywhere, use your Fabrifix or your hot glue. But all right, there we go. We're gonna call it done. We'll look at it real quick together. Thank you if you've stayed with me this long. I appreciate it. The next one-page wonder will be number 50. Now, some of them, like I did a series where I called it like A, B, and C because I gave 3 different options, and I've done some other random one-page wonders that I didn't count. But in the ones that I've numbered, we are going to be at 50. So, all right, this was our prototype. Very different, even though we're using similar papers. And I'm just looking for a little piece of paper to remind you we have a pocket here. Okay, and then it opens here. We have our pocket that we added. Cute. Our little flippy page. And you can put a little tab on there. You do all kinds of stuff. Tuck spot, pocket. And then it opens up and we have a pocket. It's probably going to give me a fit. It's getting better. It's getting a little looser. Okay. And a little pocket. I hope you guys like it. I hope you'll make one. I get to take a break now. Have a great day, everybody. Until next time, I appreciate you guys coming by.